All right, let's take you to Ottawa now, where Michel Boyer has been following this story today. Mea culpa from the Prime Minister, Michel. But let's talk about the initial reaction to his comments yesterday. When I saw them last night, a lot of people, critics, were saying it was incredibly smug, it was tone deaf. What other response did we hear from the opposition?
I got a text message yesterday, actually, with response to about this after this happened. And the MP basically said, "Oh my God, did you see this? I can't believe what I just heard." And similar responses today and yesterday on social media from opposition parties. Let's start with Michel Boyer. She was quite vocal about this, a number of tweets about Justin Trudeau's comments on social media. She writes, "Thank you for your donation, you smug, arrogant, that thing you called Peter Kent once upon a time, for shame." If you don't remember what Justin Trudeau called Peter Kent back in 2011, he called him a piece of something I can't say on television in the House of Commons. He later apologized. Also, we have heard from NDP leader Jagmeet Singh about responding to what Justin Trudeau said and the apology. Take a look.
I think we were all deeply offended at Mr. Trudeau's remarks and his callous nature towards something that's really an incredible, horrible just violation of human rights that's going on in Grassy Narrows. In Grassy Narrows, I had the chance to visit the community and meet with leaders with Charlie Angus. And it's a community that's surrounded by water, but the water's polluted by mercury, and you see the impacts, the mercury poisoning on the people that live there. This is a deeply sad and hurtful and horrible tragedy that could have been prevented, that the government promised to respond to and has not.
And just to put the whole evening into context, last night, Justin Trudeau made those comments in Toronto at a Liberal fundraiser put on by the Laurier Club. The Laurier Club is really for those donors who hit the $1,500 a year cap of donations for the party. And Justin Trudeau also did say that the money that the protesters paid to get into the event in the first place will be refunded.
Yeah, part of the criticism, too, was that the people around him, those people who had donated that much money, were sort of laughing and applauding the Prime Minister's sentiment. So that didn't seem to go over too well either. So we have some new polling numbers. What have we learned?
Well, we've learned that the Liberal slide has continued. You know, a little dip here and there. It's expected in politics, but this slide, we're starting to see a trend, which is something that is worrying for the Liberals. Let's look at this line graph that we put together for you. The beginning is 1 year ago, and it goes all the way over to this week. So let's keep this up for a little bit as we go through the numbers. We have seen over, the last month, the Conservatives surpass the Liberals. The Liberals now sit at 32% support. The Conservatives at 34%. Then in third place is the NDP with 19%. The Greens have really, I guess you could say, benefited from all of this. They're up to 8.3%, and the People's Party, the Maxime Bernier Party, at 0.6%. And if you wonder who Canadians support as their preferred prime minister, the numbers don't necessarily correlate. There's still a variance here. 30% still think Justin Trudeau is the best person to lead the country. 26% for Andrew Scheer. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh gets 8%, and Elizabeth May gets 8%. NDP leader Jagmeet Singh gets 8.6%, and Elizabeth May gets 8%. And you know what I think is really interesting here is when we rewind to February 27th, when Jody Wilson-Raybould testified in that Commons committee, Elizabeth May questioned her. And she did so very tactfully, and we saw her approval rating go up by about a percentage point.
Interesting. All right. Always good to look at the numbers. Michel, thank you.
You bet. Thanks.
Michel Boyer in Ottawa.